they just got up and got away. I had no idea. I was trying to listen for their sound effects, for their injury moans, and I just could not find them in the grass. Hey, this is Timmara, signing on with some more Dead by Daylight commentary. Alright, so, continuing on, playing as some killers, and this is a killer I've never played as before, the Hag. And I'm gonna have a lot of people screaming at me because I played this character completely wrong for 2 matches. Okay, but the Hag, as her story goes, if I can remember the specifics, I should have done this done a little reading beforehand, but, you know, I'm busy. Yet I have enough time to play how many hours of Dead by Daylight and then record hours of footage of me talking about it. Anyways, so, yeah, playing as the Hag. So I guess story-wise, she was, like, captured by cannibals and was just, like, sat in their basement to, like, starve for, you know, weeks on end until she was, like, so thin she slipped out of her bindings. And then after making a deal with, you know, her family's devil, I guess you could say, she had the abilities of the Hag, so she could set traps and, you know, kill survivors. That's one of the things. It's one of the abilities I got, but I never made any use of it. But anyways, what she's able to do is that she's able to set these traps, which when they're activated, when a survivor gets pretty close to them, it kind of like, you know, pops up an apparition of her. And if you're close enough, apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently you can teleport to your, you know, when your traps are triggered if you're within a certain distance, which I didn't know that for 2 games. And so I just would place down traps wherever I wanted, because mainly it was just like a marker to see where people were at, and then I would take that opportunity to find them or close in or try and get around wherever the trap got triggered, rather than figuring out how to use everything properly. It took 2 matches before I realized, oh, maybe I should read and see how this works. So yeah, it's a little slow. Just looking around, yeah, these guys were sticking together pretty tightly. Figured let's go around and lose track of everyone. So yeah, so she's got a limited amount of traps she can put down, and as survivors walk by them or near them, they trigger. And that can lead to some fun stuff. It can lead to some fun domino effects. But in the end, what I needed to do the entire time was take those trap triggers as a chance to teleport to them to start giving chase. And I didn't realize that. I just placed down traps in order to give away their location for a few seconds. That was completely pointless to do. I figured, oh, I'm going to be smart. He's going to round the corner. Yeah, like that. And yet, hold on. No, hold on. Yeah, and I didn't notice it. I could have noticed it right there, but I was so close. As if you're close in a certain range, I think there's actually like a pretty good distance, but if the trap gets triggered when you're relatively nearby, you can teleport to the location, take the spot out of the clone, and then, you know, you're pretty close to them. But that's not how I did things. And I don't know why I didn't realize it, because the teleport button is just like right there. He was just baiting me in order to do that, just so he would... I think he was right there. I think I just went right over his head. Yeah, also, you know, as the phantasms pop up, it disorients them a little bit. A little bit, not as much. It would disorient them more if I figured out how to teleport. So yeah, I just figured placing traps at eggs entrances or something just so I got an idea of where they're at. I know after I realized the fact I could have just played some more matches as the Hag, but I kind of didn't want to. I go, let's just show off what I did the first time and let people yell at me from there. I don't need to play as her anymore. You know, I could do it right the second time or I could do it wrong the first time and just go with it. Yeah, I'm just like so caught up in the moment, like looking at the screen to find where people are running to, if I can see them, to not see like the teleport button that's so clearly telegraphed. Now that I look at it, it is so obvious, and I just overlooked it every single time. And trust me, despite how many times my traps are going to get triggered, it's going to get embarrassing that I don't notice. There's a person. Boo! And I suppose that's another way you could do it. Just because a trap gets triggered, you don't have to teleport to it. If you can figure out how to cut them off and surprise them that way, that seems like a fun option. That's just not what I did. If I had combined that idea with the teleportation, I think there could have been a good happy marriage of strategy and positioning. Nope, that's not what I did. Much. Yeah, just a ring of phantasms. They just keep going off. But you get a lot of points for, you know, trap triggering and everything, so bonuses. And I figured, yeah, I'd attack him. He keeps triggering stuff. I knew she was going to do that. I go, she would have appeared by now, so she's trying to backtrack. So, you know, I did have some good, like, you know, foresight in a way in this match. But, again, that foresight could have been rewarded much better if I had figured out the teleportation. And, you know, as you can tell, I'm not going to take out this entire team. I'm so far behind already. One of them's finally down, and I don't even know how to teleport. Yeah, it's not going great for me. Sorry. Really tired of recording all day. Got done playing White Boys with Attitude. Oh shoot, what is it called? It was just something White Boys. White Boys with Attitude, and it's like I just browsing around the PSN store, and then just like, what is this? Why is it here? And why am I even gonna play it? Because I am. I thought, is this gonna be like a Richard LaRuiner, you know, Super Seducer type game? And it's just like some unself-aware twit who's just made a bad game but doesn't care, and it somehow got in the PSN store. And I feel bad about saying that in hindsight, because then I find out the creator is Michael Hick, who made games like, who made Pillar and what was it, Path of Truth. And yeah, I just like, I felt bad for slacking him off in hindsight. I did try to make a little addendum. It's just like, turns out there was this thing, and I'm sorry, but it didn't really matter that much. Now here it looked like things were going pretty well, actually, because things looked like they were shaping up. Everyone's injured. Okay, one guy just healed themselves, but I go, everyone's at least injured. Yeah, there's only a few doors they can go to. So there's got to be a way for me to, like, you know, pin them down. At least that spot was, you know, covered if they tried anything. And I figured I should just stay there just in case they come to save them. But I also, like, wanted to see if I could stop the others. If I had stuck around a little bit longer... Yeah, just look off all the traps going off. And this, I saw what tactic they were doing. That person getting in my way so I could not reach Ash. They just, like, kept blocking me while I was trying to run, so that's kind of how they got away. So, you know, things were shaping up, but again, this is from me not knowing how to teleport. But nevertheless, it went not bad, not good, but not bad. And got some decent medal. Well, at least I got 2 gold medals and then 2 bronze. I suppose that's pretty standard. And everyone got props for their performance. No props for me. My performance was just all around bad. Okay, here's the next match I did with the Hag, but it looks like we're already into it. This is like the very start of the video. This one, yeah, so we're at like the Yamaoka estate. I still didn't know what I was doing. So I'm just like setting traps, trying to set barriers to, like, you know, disorient people as the phantasms pop up, trying to run around. And not that any of it worked, but this one goes on for a needlessly long time just because I had no idea what I was doing. I was watching, I was trying to set up traps, I was trying to figure out, like, how to cut people off. Trap trigger, trap trigger, trap trigger. Get a lot of points for triggering traps. Oh, and I saw, yeah. There you go. At least some of them were injured at this point. This one didn't go much better than the last, because I just hooked one, set up my traps. That's kind of what I did. Every time I hooked somebody, I would set up traps, just as like a, you know, a deterrent, but never seemed to help. Bah. Surprise! There are ways to make it work, and then, you know, if I had teleporting probably wouldn't matter. That probably was the good move, is not teleporting, because then I could cut them off as they were running, but there are plenty of other opportunities where teleporting would have been a good move. Just skipping ahead, because I think the rest of the match is pretty boring. As I kept looking around, everyone kind of stayed to like one part of the map pretty much the whole time. So there wasn't much change going on for various reasons. People would find themselves near the same areas, near the same hooks, me setting up the same trap patterns, but it's like, what else am I gonna do? In there, trying to figure, hopefully they stayed there. Boo! Also trying to navigate in Yamaoka in general is a little disorienting because like the tall grass and everything. And, you know, some spots, there was one, I think it was in this one, but I remember there was one chase. I'm not sure if it was this character, but one chase I was doing where the person, I thought they were just like getting stuck in a group of reeds, but they just went through a pair of rocks that they were in between. And it's like, oh, They're just gone, and I messed up. They got the totem broken, which that certainly is a deterrent. Now, that was a good move. Oh, and that person died, so, you know, 1 point for me. That's at least something I can say. I got at least one with every... Bam! Caught you by surprise. Yeah, and I see the guy's name. I'm not saying anything about it. And then I lost them for a while. It took forever to try and... Oh, yeah. Then I gave chase after somebody else. But I figured I better not leave the injured person to lie around. But I did. And I spent time finding him, and they just got up and got away. I had no idea. I was trying to listen for their sound effects, for their injury moans, and I just could not find them in the grass. Trust me, something like that always makes me feel stupid, because, like, it should be easy to find them, and yet now they're gone. Now, not only did I waste, you know, not only did my, you know, planning and takedown, you know, basically go to waste, but I've also wasted time trying to figure out where they are while everyone else is off doing their own thing. So it wastes time in every regard. More running. And I kept hitting the same people over and over again. Well, of course you're hitting the same people over and over again. It's only the 4 people every match. That girl and her... You bitch. And then they the one person here are healed again. Yeah, then I lost him. Yeah, again, I did not know how to hag this time around. And, you know, we've gone so far into the match, and they're already almost out. I don't think I got anyone else in this match. I don't remember. And this one goes on for a while longer. Yeah, I was really confused there. I think if I had gone right, yeah. Probably could have gotten a glimpse, but then they were gone. Boy, this one goes on for a while. You know, we were already in the middle of the match, and yet they only need 1 generator to go, and this is just how long it took for things to happen. I think, yeah, there was that particular generator that I kept catching people working on, and just, like, kept getting worked on, and nothing was getting done, because I kept damaging it after everybody got away, everyone else was running around. And I figured, okay, they already ran off, and everyone's healed again. Yeah, this one, not much happened. This one went on for a while. Maybe this one I should have replaced, but oh well, hindsight. And this person again. Yeah, I figured, oh, maybe someone's over there. Maybe I should go focus on them. And that just made me... That hesitation made me lose track of that person. I thought they were right there, but it was just a hook. Get just another minute or two of setting up traps, traps getting triggered, keep bouncing between like the same 2 or 3 generators that weren't getting finished, but also were taking damage. And then when they did use planks, it just completely screwed me. Oh, I was so hoping. I was so sure I could have got the slash off before the planks fell on, or the pallet got dropped. I was so sure they were still around. I don't remember if I found this person. And there it goes. And looking, setting up traps by the doors and everything. Still looking. It took a while before, you know, doors open. Wait. Yeah, because I kept going back between the doors, setting up traps. And just as I saw that girl's butt, it was just like, oh, door's open. Well, I'm coming to get you. Because if you get out of here, it means that you're not going to help the last person. And even if I slash them, they probably were going to walk right out. So I thought, let's set up a trap barrier for the third person to see if it can keep them away from this exit while I try and track them down and see if they try to open up the other one. And again, teleporting probably would have been nice in this moment if that were the case. But they weren't, you know, they were there, but, you know, gate was open. And there they are taunting me. And it's like, I know if I ran straight at them, they would just run off. So I was trying to think, like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just run away. Yeah, trying to do this. They saw me, and it's just like, ah. It's like, I didn't want to humor the trolling. I didn't. So I just said, nope, I'm not even going to advance. I'm not going to chase after them. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of me making a provoked response. But I at least got I got 2 people out of 8 in my hag matches. Yeah, if I figured out how to teleport or had done research prior to the matches, that might have helped. It would have helped, but, you know. Nevertheless, you know, everyone still got props just because I'm trying to be a good sport. So yeah, those are my hag matches. Ain't nothing special. Hag, just in general, not my style, but even with the teleportation knowledge, probably won't be terribly helpful. Although I now realize what could have probably wouldn't have helped, but, you know, they triggered that trap, and then if I teleported to it, I probably could have, like, gotten a swipe in before they ran out the door, because at least that could have at least gave them a jolt. But yeah, that's the hag. I'll have to give her another try sometime, but, yeah. Interesting, I just gotta figure out how to play her right. So, with that all being said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.